Dakota Republican Senator Mike Rounds joining us now. Have you ever, Senator Rounds, seen a president hit the ground running as quickly as this one has?
Nope. I think he's setting new records, and that's good for America. He's already started talking about the energy needs here. He's talking about eliminating some of the roadblocks that have stopped us from developing our domestic energy resources. All of those are really good things. In the Senate, we're going to do our best to make sure that his nominations move through as quickly as we possibly can. I know that we got Marco Rubio on board last evening, right, and we're moving them through as quickly as we can.
So you mentioned energy, border, taxes. I want to deal in reverse order and start with taxes here. How soon can we get an extension of the 2017 tax code?
It's probably going to be the most complicated of all of the different ideas. We know we've got to get it done. It's the reason why the Republicans in the Senate had suggested two different bills so that we could start on the first one right away with regard to the border and energy and giving him a win on the defense side, while at the same time continuing to negotiate through and put the fine print in place on a massive, beautiful tax bill that would extend those and perhaps improve upon those tax credits that were done in his first administration.
But as you well know, if you don't do so by the end of this year, and time flies by, 65% of Americans are going to get a tax increase. That would almost assure you would lose, Republicans would lose the Senate if you have a tax increase before you can extend those tax cuts.
No question about it. We've got to get it done. We know that, and we're already working on it. It's not like it's on the back plate. It's on the front burner going, but we also have to be honest and say that if we're going to do it, we're going to do it correctly. And that's the reason why we really wanted to give the president a win up front with our first reconciliation bill. But look, either way, doesn't matter. We're going to get it done. We're going to work with the House. We don't care which way it goes, but we're going to start on both approaches to begin with. The House takes one approach, Senate takes the other. Whichever one comes out the best is the one that we'll take.
But Senator, you talk about being honest. There are people inside the Beltway, believe it or not, who are not being honest, specifically about the tax cuts costing money. They talk about how many trillions of dollars the 2017 tax cuts cost. In fact, we have increased revenue from 2017 since they kicked in by 48%. Tax revenue hasn't cost anything. It increased revenue by 48%. And if you just look at corporate revenues, by the way, alone, because there were a lot of changes in our corporate tax policy, look what happened. We lowered the rate from top 35% down to 21%. Revenues have increased 158% in corporate tax revenues. So can you please knock down any notion inside the Beltway that these tax cuts and extending them would cost money?
In the Senate, we get it. And that's the reason why we did it the first time in the president's first administration. We need to be looking not at tax rates, but at tax revenue collected, at building the economy, making for a better quality of life for Americans. And that's what this is about. Improve the quality of life, build the economy, and when you do that with the appropriate tax rate, you will have more tax revenue. And that's what this is all about. This is going all the way back to the traditions of Ronald Reagan when we talk about the curve and about getting in the right spot to where taxes are not the driving force behind the economy, but rather the beneficial recipient of a growing economy, and that's what we're after.
Now, let's talk about energy, something near and dear to your heart. There's a lot of fracking that goes on in your neck of the woods, and you were involved in the petroleum industry as a spokesman at one point. What do you think is going to happen? What is going to be the first thing that happens? I mean, already the president has said we're not going to lease federal land for windmills because those things haven't panned out. The Biden administration spent about $100 billion on green energy programs. Are all that just going to be thrown in the trash now?
I think when the president said it was drill, baby, drill, what he really meant was we're going to take energy from all different areas, whatever makes economic sense. You can't stop on the nuclear. You most certainly have to be able to use the gifts that we've already got here in North America, and you've got to be able to coordinate that. We need electricity, but electricity doesn't grow on trees. It's produced.
That's
and so,
right.
Look, bottom line is energy, all of the above. We've got ethanol in South Dakota. We do have some wind energy that actually makes economic sense. So wherever it's at and it makes sense, we want it. But people I don't think they realize how much more energy we're going to need for this generation of artificial intelligence and the data centers that are coming in, we can't let them go anyplace else. They've got to be done here in the United States. That will improve our economy. It will improve the quality of life for people. It'll improve our health care. Yeah. This is something that we drive forward with energy production in the United States. So it's all of the above, and as the president says, drill, baby, drill.
And finally, on DOGE and on cutting this incredible federal budget, and I say incredible not in a good sense, but incredible in a very bad sense. I mean, the Biden administration's increased the baseline enormously from $4.5 trillion to $6.5 trillion of our spending on that. Will the DOGE team be able to seamlessly transfer their studies to action, to stuff that you can put into action in policy?
We are hoping that that is the case. We are optimistic that that will happen. The fact that we've got an executive branch that now wants to work with the legislative branch to reduce the size of the federal government, that's a positive thing. When was the last time you ever heard of that actually happening? In most cases, it's a matter of delay. It's a matter of saying, yeah, we'll sure work with you, but we're going to do it later.
Right.
Today, what we've got is a president who is saying, no, I want it done now. So, man, bring it on. We want to help. Let's start with the Federal Department of Education. We've got legislation in place right now where we don't hurt people that need the special needs programs, special education, and so forth, but we take out a bureaucratic nightmare in the Department of Education by eliminating the department, but taking those special programs and placing them where they were before the creation of that monster program.
Well, you got your work cut out for you, primarily just keeping pace with the president. I mean, that alone takes a lot of energy. Senator Mike Rounds.
He's going to wear us out.
Great to see you, Senator. Yeah, he probably will. But frankly, it needs to be done. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.